left off, the party had made their way into Doncaster. Atir, busy pooping himself in the back of the cart, has stayed outside of the library, and you guys have begun to get a little bit of insight as to what's happening and why some things are happening. Luke Dash went and grabbed a book off of a shelf and then knocked all of the bookshelves over. Typical Luke Dash fashion. Hypes, you went and found a book about
the Master Druid and where his location is about the last known location.
Yup. Fen, you were distraught because you've gotten some pretty ill-omened signs from your goddess. And you are beginning to question whether anything is real at this point in your life.
Yep. Pure existential crisis.
And I believe where we left off was you were still talking to the librarian about one more book, correct?
I don't remember. No, I don't think I was.
You were still at the book, in between the bookshelves.
Correct.
Danny, Brood, and Luke Dash were still talking to the librarian about something. Anybody remember what they were trying to talk to him about?
Mm-mm.
About the people. As Your Eyes, I thought.
Yes, go to the library and find info on Azure Eyes. Is a note that I have written down.
I feel like we were just starting to talk to her about that, and then we got someone else's name, if I'm not mistaken.
Someone else's name?
Yeah, like a name for like a person, part of the Azure Eyes, but I could be wrong. That could be just solely with where my guy was with his stuff.
My guy.
My guy.
My druid dude.
My guy. Okay. I don't remember what accent I used for the librarian. Is Scottish?
I think she was like.
I don't remember. I feel like
No.
someone who watches these episodes back to back, it's gonna be completely different.
I think she was like very soft spoken, if I'm not mistaken. Forgot we record these, man.
Well, excuse me, miss. I think that's how you talk.
Yeah.
So the three of you are still standing in front of
Evelyn. Evelyn.
What do you want to ask her? The first time. What do you want to ask her about?
Prescribed too.
I mean, we can ask her if she has any information on them.
Sure, yes. The Azure Eyes. Those are the Planewalkers. Yeah, we've got a couple books back in the history section. Yeah, if you go, you know what, follow me. And she gets up and she starts walking the three of you, Ben and Hypes. You're still sifting through your books, other parts of the library.
I think I was coming down because I was at the top, and then.
Okay, you can come back.
Yeah, I think I was coming back.
And she heads to the back into this caged off area. She grabs a key from out of her pocket and locks. Old wrought iron gate that's all squeaky. She leads you and she's like, Yeah, sure. Eyes. So what would you like to know about them? I've got an entire collection here. Um, but I just want to try and guide you in the right direction. What do you want to know about them?
We could start with how they originated.
What?
Oh, great. Yes, this book right here is going to be perfect for you. It goes and there's this green old book where like you know how like old leather books the paint will start like fading off of the end. And as time goes on, the paint is basically just like in the very center. It's one of those kind of old books. She grabs it off and it's very thick. And she turns around, she hands it to you. Pipes. She says, "This one here is called The Fall of Dragons. This will give you some insight as to why the Azure Eyes were formed. I don't want to misrepresent anything, but this was kind of like a chronicle of the history of when we as the people of Dragonfall decided to create them to help protect them. So if you want to look through some of that, um, I'll be here to answer any more questions if you need, but I'll give you guys some time back here." She kind of starts scurrying off back towards her desk.
And you said the book was named
The Fall of Dragons.
Fall.
Oh,
I
it's
would like to read
Dragonfall.
out
Yeah.
loud to the class. About, can I read the book out loud and read for everybody to hear? Like as like would I inspect that or something like that?
So yes, you open up to what is chapter 1, and it starts kind of into the history of how the dragons used to rule over Dragonfall centuries ago.
Or run over and sit in front of them.
Like kids story time,
Like
right?
Yes,
There's a rocking
absolutely.
chair if you want to sit down in it, Hypes. A little rug in front with a bunch of colors on it for the kids to sit
so like
in.
if I sit down, so in theory, if I were to sit down on this chair, on this rocking chair, Luke Dash is sitting down on the floor
You're
like
seeing
cross.
eye to eye.
Yeah, okay, if you see, sorry, I just had like a
Your
mental.
little feet are dangling off the rocking chair because it's for a normal sized person.
I just had like a mental image of that. I was like, that's actually really funny.
Yellow feet.
So the book's giving us info about like how the dragons were to start and everything.
Yeah, so it starts off chronicling how the dragons were the ruling class, and each of the dragons had each of their own kingdoms that they ruled under. Um, and then as you start to get a little bit further into the book, it starts getting into how Bahamut and Tiamat, the dragon gods who have been at war with each other since the dawn of time, uh, they each kind of rule over two main types of dragons, one the chromatic and one the metallic, being led by Tiamat and Bahamut respectively. And in the before time, Bahamut and his metallic dragons had ruled over Dragonfall, and Tiamat and the chromatic dragons tried to usurp Bahamut and take over
What was the other dragon? The chromatic and the what?
Metallic.
Metallic. That's what I thought. I'm sorry. And Bahamut is the metallic.
Bahamut is the metallic. Yes. Tiamat is the.
My little thumbs are going as fast as fucking possible. I'm sorry.
It's fine. So Tiamat tried to overthrow uh, their older brother and
No.
take over the rule of Dragonfall with their dragons. Unfortunately for them, they were unsuccessful in their conquest, and they were banished to Shadowfell with all of their dragons, which left Bahamut in charge of Dragonfall to rule as it has been. But eventually, the people of Dragonfall started to distrust the dragons. They saw them as becoming corrupt and greedy, and kind of resenting the peasants at the time. So they begun to revolt on a small scale, and then eventually they were able to overthrow the dragons from the rule of Dragonfall. So Bahamut abandoned the people of Dragonfall once he realized that they were just going to continue to revolt against him. And although it is unknown where exactly Bahamut took their dragons, it is believed they ended up in the fire plane. But they have not been seen or heard from since. And since everyone knew that Tiamat had taken their dragons to Shadowfell, and everybody was unaware of where Bahamut was, they formed a group called the Planewalkers, a group of Planewalkers called the Azure Eyes, and they were formed to protect the realm from Bahamut and Tiamat returning from the other planes of existence. So
wait.
it is their responsibility to make sure Bahamut and Tiamat do not come back from the other planes back to Dragonfall.
So Tiamat is in Shadowfell.
Yes, and Bahamut is believed to be in the fire plane, but that is unconfirmed, and no one has seen or heard from them since.
So the Azure Eyes are a secret group designed to, quote unquote, protect us from the dragons.
Correct.
So they're good people?
They are. They are protectors of the realm, yes.
So what are we doing then?
Well, that's for you guys to try and figure out. It does put a.
Are we the baddies?
The baddies?
That's all I'm thinking. I'm like, are we the bad guys?
I hope so.
There was a great divide formed shortly after the dragons were expunged from the realm between Dragonborn and other races. The Dragonborn were kind of outcast after Bahamut and the dragons left because people just generally didn't trust them.
Racist.
I mean, yes, exactly. That is exactly why. They've done a great deal over the past few centuries to kind of restore their image and their trust to be like, hey, like, we're not the bad guys. We just happen to descend from these people, these beings, but like we don't feel that way about everybody else. And they have been able to reintegrate themselves into society, and even a couple have become noble born. So that is the fall of the dragons.
Is that everything in the book? Basically?
Basically everything in the book.
Who wrote it? What's the author?
Thank you.
Various artists.
Fits.
It's a chronicle of a couple centuries of history. It's not written by one person.
I'd like to ask Evelyn if there's anything in history about any sort of inner conflict between the Azure Eyes.
The Azure Eyes have always just operated almost completely in a different existence than us. The only people who really have any contact with them are the heads of the Federation. Everybody else just kind of believes them to be a myth, but it seems, from what you are saying, that it's obviously true, or it's someone just playing up that they are the Azure Eyes. Who knows? Well, no random person on the street is going to know what they are. Scholars and historians are probably the only people who know about them other than the people who are in the Federation. Kind of like UFOs to us, right?
So, and I'm just speaking in like to the group here. I was like, so basically, it sounds like there's two things going on here. One, the Azurites are being like the name is being used by a bad group, or two, or there's probably other possibilities. But work with me here, and I'm like rocking on my chair, just like twiddling my fingers like this, you know.
Are you also wearing a cardigan and some round glasses?
If I had my doodle ring, I'd make one.
Too
But
bad you gave it away to an elephant.
yeah, but anywho, by the way, not a cardigan. Truth be told, it's just a sweater, but it's great. I miss cardigans. But what was I gonna say? So one, the Azurites are being like the names being used by a different group, or two, there was a divide between the Azurites and the group, and there might be another group that's trying to prevent that because the Azurites sound like they're supposed to be good people. Or three, something changed, or there's something corrupt in that group. So I thought of three things there. And I'm like looking at Luke Dash. But I'm saying this out loud to everybody. At this moment of high wisdom. I think my guy's pretty high in wisdom, actually. Anyone?
Corey's headset's not plugged in. He's working on it.
Oh. I'm like, anyone though? Like, anyone? Does anyone else think of anything different?
I'm not really part of the conversation. I am just kind of sitting dejectedly in the corner, like aimlessly flipping through a couple books in my hands.
Are they picture books?
What?
Are they picture books?
Negative.
There are no pictures.
I guess I'd like to ask her if there's any more information that we can get on them. Maybe like last known whereabouts or rumors or anything of that sort.
I mean, the only people who would know where they are would be anybody who's part of the Federation, and the closest person would probably out in Sherfield or in Sherfield Castle, but I mean the bridge is closed now, so I don't think you'll be able to get to him. But you could, I guess you could try and go see Dean Dahlhurst at Dahlhurst. He might. And good luck talking to him. I think he's kind of got his hands full with everything that's going on to the east. But I mean, maybe he'll be able to make some time for you. It seems like you guys are digging up something that seems like it could be really bad.
There was so much information there. Fuck.
You just have to watch the VOD back.
Does anyone remember what our note from Gifford said? Didn't it say go to the library in Doncaster?
Yeah.
At the library in Doncaster.
That's where we are.
Is this what he wanted us to find out?
Yeah, this is exactly what we're doing right now. Like,
I know,
this is
but
main
like,
storyline.
what he's asking for right now.
You guys are on the main quest right now.
Okay,
It's
just making sure.
That's why I'm
Just
like trying to
making
get
sure.
other people to like chip in and help me out here. 'Cause I'm like, this is very important information.
This is all just. I'm just like. This is all just lore. This is like a lore podcast I'm listening to. I feel like I'm just like.
There's a lot. Very,
I'm just like
very
trying to take it all in.
This is main
And I was like,
story
right.
now. Yes, you
So-
guys are doing it.
Can I ask you, Evelyn, like, one, what is the Federation?
Well, the federations are our ruling body of government. Each of the 6 realms elects a leader, and then the 6 of them come together and elect like the leader to help break ties. And everybody's got a representative, and they help facilitate trade and commerce and laws between the different realms.
This is that NPC character where you can go and you like say, like you ask them like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" And they're like, "Sure. What about?" And you have like 17 different options,
Yeah.
like 14 different sub menus from there.
If you have
Like,
any lore information, this is the time to get it. You literally have an entire library at your disposal.
I'm trying. So the Federation's divided to 6 people, you said, correct?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 people with 1 head of the Federation. So each of the 6 realms is represented in the Federation with a representative, and then there's 1 person who is like the head of the Federation. So like
How many
also
realms?
For votes.
So,
The 6 people elect the 7.
do you have any books on how to get elected into the Federation?
I mean, usually it's the ruler of the kingdom. It's usually said.
And
You don't really
do I just like apply online, or?
No, you don't really like get elected to the Federation. You usually have a castle, and you're already operating an entire kingdom within the realm. And then
Like the Giffords?
You've mentioned other realms, though.
Yes. Gifford Rose was one of the members of the Federation. Yes.
And the Kroogs?
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar.
Oh, no. Never mind. You wouldn't know them.
The realms, Mr. Nomadic Dwarf. The realms are the 6 realms within, the 6 kingdoms within the realm. The realm is Dragonfall. The kingdoms are Bellamont, Dahlford, Sally Forest, Graytham, Crate, and the Great Badlands and the Eye of Eastwood, which you have on your map.
Wait, look at this.
And for the 7th, that's elected. How is that elected? Is that through popular vote from the
6 kingdoms?
Yeah.
So each of the kingdoms is like a feudal hierarchy.
Yeah.
There's some. Think of it like Britain. There's a monarchy with some democracy, right? So like the people will vote on stuff, but at the end of the day, the kingdom has.
So yeah, that's what I'm asking is like basically like who and how is the 7th elected, or is that like a royal?
The 6 of the kingdoms get together and pick the 7th.
And how is that 7th applicable? You know what I mean? Like how do they choose that? Is it
someone that they all trust?
So is that through like a count or like a knight? Like, is there a way for us to obtain a title to be voted in as that 7th?
I mean, maybe.
Well, so basically,
what are the qualifications he's asking?
Yeah, what are the qualifications
like
that
senior
they
advisors or people that that the 6 inner circle trusts, right? Like they're going to be lifelong trust partners to them.
So, like in theory,
They're
you
making
could do
decisions
like
on how the entire realm works. And each
Yeah.
of these 6
I'm just saying.
Is a king and has their own realm that they are independently in charge of and responsible for. The Federation is think of the Federation as like the UN, and the 7th guy is just the head of the UN.
So
He resolves disputes between the 6 of them, but he doesn't have any shit to say for everybody else.
Back up.
Everybody else runs their kingdom, but if there's disputes between the 2, he helps resolve those. Because he doesn't have 3v3, it's a tie.
Yes. So, like, basically what I'm asking is, like, how that 7th is voted in.
Those 6 pick them. They just pick
them. Yeah. So, like, is it, like, because he's neutral to all 6 kingdoms? Or, like, could he theoretically be an advisor for one guy and he's like, hey, this guy's really good, he should be...
Did he campaign?
Yes
like,
to all of it. Yes to all of it.
So in theory, a hero of the world could also be like.
Sure.
So in theory, hypothetically, there's 6 kingdoms, and there's 6 of us. Do you get?
There are 6 of you.
That sounds
Just saying, guys, could be pretty fun.
Okay,
6
so
of you.
I'm sorry. Did you pull up the map?
I have it on my stream.
You have it on your stream. So can you? So
Each of the big
kingdoms
letters
located.
is,
Okay.
Each of the big names is like the continents, quote unquote, are. Excuse me. Each of them is a kingdom.
So like the Badlands, someone rules that. Streatham, okay. The Forest and Dunhurst, okay.
Yes. The Dalhurst, the Forest, the
Alright.
Badlands,
Resolution.
Stratham, Bellina, and the Eye of Eveskill.
Don't mind me just getting out all of my aggression on my dog.
Okay. And right now we're in Doncaster, which is just near the Badlands right now.
Yes.
Okay. So 6 voted, and Gifford died. He was the one up in Belt. What is that? I can't read it.
Yes.
Bellina.
Gifford was
Okay.
the king of Bellina.
So
And
okay.
They found you heard that they found his body hanging in the streets
Yeah.
of Tillicoultry.
Yeah, we're not wanted there
At
anymore.
the very beginning of the campaign, if you remember while you were in, oh god, Bayview? Is that the first town?
I thought it was Ginsu was our
Ginsu
first
was the
town.
second town. Bayview.
Oh,
While you guys
okay.
were in Bayview, you heard that Eric Mapleby, who
Got
was the
poisoned.
who was the head of the Federation, was poisoned. Eric Mapleby was that 7th person. That was
So now the Federation's down to 5 currently. That we're aware.
The Federation, if nobody has been replaced, the Federation is 5 people.
I would like to ask Evelyn, has there been any news recently on Gifford or I'm so sorry, what was that other guy?
Eric Mapleby.
Eric Mapleby. Is there any news as to if they're being replaced or if Eric Mapleby has been cured from the poison?
I appreciate your enthusiasm, dear. Eric is dead. He's been dead for a couple
Have they-
of weeks now.
We've been out on CA. I do apologize.
He's dead. I'm sorry. He's mega dead. And Gifford was found hanging in the streets of Tillicoultry. There's been rumors that is plunging into civil war. I think the upper skirts are trying to stabilize the area. I'm not 100% sure. All I get are rumors of people coming in.
So, is there any news of within the Federation if things are being like if anyone's replacing?
I
Wait.
think they last I heard they kind of dissolved and there was a lot of distrust over what happened with Eric. But the other Federation members believed that blanking on his name, hold on. Believe that Alton was making a play for the head of the Federation and murdered him, but obviously these are unsubstantiated political rumors. But that's kind of what's caused Alton to mobilize his forces. Is he's worried that Seyu Cobb is gonna come down and attack him. I don't know. That's his reasoning for what he's doing.
Do we have we ever, as a group, asked who the other 3 people in the Federation are?
I was just about to ask that.
So
That's
You
good.
said Sayua Cobb.
yeah, Sayura Cobb, she's the elected leader of Stratham. There's Raina Thorntree. She's the wood elf representative from the Sally Forest. And then there's Pascal Stoneport from the Eye of Beefskew. And then the late Gifford Rose. I don't think he's been replaced by anybody yet. No. Obviously Dean from Dahlhurst. And Alton Sherfield from the Badlands.
Is there a meeting that you know about that's being arranged for the Federation to meet
No,
anytime soon?
after what happened to Eric, everybody kind of went back to their own realms in fear that they were going to be next. And then we saw what happened with Gifford, so everybody's back just trying to stabilize their realms, their kingdoms. The realm has almost descended into political chaos at this point.
Where can we find Mr. Donnie?
I would assume he's at Dalhurst Forest or Fortress. That's his home.
Is it that big building over there?
I mean, it's about a week's journey west from
A
here.
week?
Maybe
Yo!
longer, but yeah.
Trying to think of more information we can try and
Bitch,
get.
it's on the other side of the fucking continent.
Oh, it is.
A week? Yeah, it's all the way over there.
Hey, while that map's up, Mike, can you kind of point out where that lake was? That
There is one lake in the middle of the forest with an island on it.
Oh, okay. I forgot the island
There's
part.
one.
No, that makes sense. I forgot the island part. Yeah. I can't see that, Brian. Can you? Just kidding. Okay. Does anyone else have anything to ask?
Your arrow looked an awful lot like a dick there for a second.
Where are these leaders of the Federation located in each realm? Like, what are their capitals that they reside at?
Well, the capital of the Badlands is. I guess I have the map open. Hold on.
I'm waiting for Cowboy
Wait.
Nick to go away.
Whoa.
I'm not looking at the map. I'll pull it up myself. It is.
Go to the Badlands, Brian.
So the capital of the Badlands is Sherfield Castle. Right, that's where Alton is at. The capital of Bellinah is in Tillicoultry. The capital of Stratham is in Harnsey. The capital of the Sally Forest is Moonbright. Dahlhurst is Dahlhurst Forest. And the Eye of Eveskew is Shadowfen Keep.
And what was the one in Sally Forest? Moonbright?
Moonbright. I'm
Okay.
sorry, the capital of Bellinah is Trask Castle. My bad.
Which one's dollar?
Dahlhurst is to the bottom left. Belleneau right there. He said it's the
It's Trask Castle.
yeah, thank you.
Alright. Where's Raina at again?
Raina is the Thorn Tree is the wood elf from the Sally Forest. She's back in Moonbright. You are inferring that she's back in Moonbright based on what?
Last info you heard.
Yeah.
And what was the last one? Fiscal? Is that the right name?
Pascal?
Pascal, that's it.
Yeah, Pascal Stormport. He's a half orc. He's up in the Eye of Eveskew. He is rumored to be at Shadowfen Keep. He is back at the capital.
Sorry, which kingdom was he from?
The Eye of Eveskew. The islands
Up
to the
left.
northwest.
And then who was Sayu Cobb to?
She is Bratham's.
Oh, my brain is mush.
I like the lore because it's kind of like making me think a little bit more on certain things. So right now we're right there. Does anyone have to journey to the Badlands yet?
Yeah, I mean, we do. They have that bridge closed because of monsters or something. Don't quote me on that, but there's weird walking things.
I might need to part ways because I need to go to the island. Like my goddess
Well,
calls for it.
yeah, so I got to go through Crom myself, I believe. Corm or Crom. Well, let me look at the map. I forget what it's called.
Form.
Corm.
Mike, is this right so far
So that's in the Great Badlands.
Is what right so far?
on the map?
No, it's north.
That's where?
It's north of Doncaster. So literally directly north of us into the Solly Forest is Corm.
Yep.
You have to go up that way.
Okay, I
That's
see
your
it now.
journey so far.
Okay. So yeah, that works because I need to go north and then we got to go to Moonbright and then I got to go west from there to that island. And we could pretty much Evelyn, is there any known issues or any dangers going into Sally for well, actually before I ask that, I'd like to like double check and make sure like my awareness of Sally Forest and the journey through there, is it dangerous? Is it or has it been like that long since I've been in the forest?
Do you remember your first encounter?
One sec.
If he asks the question out loud, can I interject and answer since I am from there?
Sure. He's also from there. He should know the answer to it. But go ahead.
I need to read. But go ahead and join in. Well, my first experience, I found my dog wounded.
Yup. You did find your dog wounded.
Yeah. So that was a whole experience.
That was your first impression of the forest. Do you think
Yeah.
that might have stuck with you the entire time you've been in there?
Yeah. So I guess it's like mysterious / dangerous.
My people are from the forest, and they're not they don't like outsiders at all.
So yeah, and the wood elves didn't really like us either. Didn't really care for me too much. So we do have our shit ahead of us here. Is there any way, while I'm in this books, and I want this to be an easier journey for the group, is there any knowledge that we can obtain that would more or less be a way to show the inhabitants in the forest that we mean no harm? Is there any cultural
Forest, you're gonna know more about this than any books in the library.
Okay. So I'll have to just double check here.
What? Sorry, what's the librarian's name?
Evelyn.
Evelyn.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, Evelyn. Do you know what's going on in the Badlands? Could you elaborate on that?
I don't know what's specifically going on over there. I try and stay in my little area here and take care of all the knowledge that we've been blessed with. But from the travelers who've come in and I've talked to who are trying to seek refuge, understand, it seems like Alton has mobilized some sort of army. Nobody's really quite sure what it is, but there are some unnatural beings that are roaming around North and South Crate. And so decided to shut the bridge between the two lands. I'm sorry, that's all I know.
I as there's like a lull in the conversation, I kind of like slowly kind of walk over to the librarian. What ranks is she? Humanoid.
Nerd.
I'm assuming she's taller than me.
She's a half elf, I think.
Everybody's taller than you.
Right. Well, I assumed she wasn't like a gnome. You know, somebody else also small.
I don't remember what I made her. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Either way, I go over and I just kind of stand next to her and gently gently kind of either like tug on a robe or like just kind of gently tap just to try to get her attention.
Yes.
I'm like kind of talking quietly, like not necessarily open to the whole group. I have a personal question to ask. Do you follow any religions yourself?
I used to, dear, but then I met knowledge, science, and have followed them ever since.
Savage.
You stupid bitch.
She's a librarian. I'm sorry. She has access to all of the books.
Yeah. Do you mind if I ask what faith you used to follow?
Sure. I used to be a very devout follower of the Raven Queen.
So like immediately light up. I have so many questions. I was reading a lot of the books on your shelf and I was just really just confused about a lot of the things I was reading and the things that they said, and they were supposed to be written by people who know the Raven Queen, but I've met the Raven Queen and she doesn't seem anything like what's in the books, and I don't know what to do.
She leans down and whispers into your ear so nobody else can hear. She says, most of the people who follow her have no idea what they're talking about. I didn't leave her because of a disbelief. I left her because of the non-believer.
So did you also have experiences with her?
I'm afraid I can't say any more, child.
Could I ask more about the circles? And if there's any books pertaining to the knowledge of any circles? Could be any sort of circles, like the Druid Circle, like Druid Circles, arcane, like stuff like that.
I mean, we have the circle of the Arcanum.
Is there any more group that represents stuff like that? The reason why I'm asking is because I'm going through my notes, Mike, and I just remember speaking with a Deborah, and I was told, because I was frightened by her psyche, it says, don't mess with the circle. Is that the arcane?
The only circle you know of.
Okay. Yeah, is there any books about that?
This library is put on by the Circle of the Arcane. What would you like to know about the Circle of the Arcane? You can go read any history of the Circle of the Arcane.
What would you recommend? Like, what, or where would I start with, like, their origins, I guess?
Well, if you're really that interested in the Circle, I think that you should look a little bit closer to home instead of looking for outside help first. She kind of does a little eye look and a little head nod towards Demi.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I was
One
like,
of the best resources for the circle right next to you.
she's part of that. Okay. I'm like, noted. And I look at Demi and I said, we'll talk later.
Can I ask her one more question?
Gotcha.
So there's so do you have any grips in your library for somebody who might be considered a true follower or a true believer in the Raven Queen, one that's not full of blasphemy?
You're not gonna find any books like that.
Is there somewhere where I could find them?
You've seen her before, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Ask her for some help.
I have, and she's not answering me. And I don't know what to do. I just she starts to get really emotional and starts sobbing.
That is taken back by that. I'm sure you're a very nice frog. but she's a goddess. And you're a frog. She might just be busy.
Like Fed's literally never had that thought cross her mind. But like she's still not willing to accept it. So she's sitting still kind of in hysterics, but like quiet about it, and it's just kind of sitting here like just pouting. Like really just really out of sorts, really not sure what to do about herself.
All I can say, child, is don't stray too far.
Thank you for your wisdom, Evelyn.
Is there anything else I can help you guys with?
Is there a way to look up, like, how to get in contact with someone? Is there, like, a yellow pages?
You should go ask the Census Bureau. They're just down the street.
Okay.
No, it's not a thing. No, there's not the yellow pages. Medieval times.
Something of the sort.
No. Yeah, it would be whatever the fantasy word for yellow is.
Yeah.
I feel like the fantasy word for yellow is yellow.
It sounds very non-creative of you, DM.
No, it's yellow. Trust me, colors are still colors.
I just want to find my girl. Do you have any books on finding the one, or like maintaining a loving, long-lasting relationship?
Oh yeah.
I thought you already went through the romance section last time.
Did I?
I think you did, yeah.
And I'm like, almost without the censure.
No, never mind.
Brood, how many books you gonna carry out of here?
I can't stop reading.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else to ask. I feel like I got a lot of the shit that I need, really.
Well, when we leave the library, Fen would like to stop by the temple in town.
So we should probably rest before we go.
I don't think there's a temple in this town.
No, I thought there was.
It's right next to the Census Bureau.
I don't remember if there's a temple in this town. Sure, there could be a temple in the town.
Okay.
No, I lied. No temple in this town. I don't have
No.
anything for you to do in a temple right now, so there's no temple.
Savage.
There.
You can wait until I come up with something, and then there'll be a temple in the town.
Fine.
Can I ask Evelyn if she knows about a book that I've read?
Which book?
Daughter rang ill before he led.
You already asked her about this?
No, I did not.
You asked her for that book, and she told you.
I asked her for the Shadows of the Demon Lord that I already have. Yes. Yes. I know I can't keep these books straight. I don't care. I can't keep them straight. Okay. Can I ask her if she knows anything about this book?
I've never seen this book before in my life.
Oh, fabulous. Great.
Looks more like a diary than a book.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, goodbye.
Thanks for stopping by. Would you like me to check these books out for you, or are you just going to leave them here for me to book?
You have any books on cow farming?
I have left all my books on the shelf.
No, I'm just kidding.
Kind of a meta question here, Mike. Like, are you going to be able to do anything for, like, William pertaining to any information? Or should I, like, ask on his behalf?
He will have a separate side campaign.
Okay.
Which will catch him back up and plop him down when he is ready.
Are we leaving him in a medic tent to treat his dysentery?
No, in fact, as you guys exit the library and go back to your wagon and cart, your companion is no longer there.
A deer! Guys, we left that guy with dysentery in the car.
Is there a note or anything?
Well, he definitely
No, we didn't leave.
his Harry, if you know what I mean.
No, we just... There's no note saying he had dysentery. No one will know.
You think one of those horse birds got him?
As you walk up to the wagon, there is a note. All it says is, had some shit to do out west. Catch you later. Here.
Dude went to California.
Or maybe even worse, Dollhurst.
I was going to say Utah.
That is worse.
Not the city of the Mormons, or the state of the Mormons.
Utah can be a city if you just like think hard enough.
At a moment.
Senior moment.
The sweater and the glasses didn't quite take you all the way there.
Dude, I'm just wrapped in these olive oil garlic chips and this garlic hummus.
I can smell it from here.
So good.
Mamma mia.
Dude,
All right, so we're outside at this wagon. We've figured out what the address are. What team, everyone huddle up.
Okay, I'll come in.
Are we actually huddling up? Like,
yeah, absolutely. Get over here.
Okay.
I bring everyone in close.
That's how that's gonna work. Everybody's of wildly different height.
I get down low to help pull everyone in. We're doing a team huddle right now, and I just look at everyone very, very intensely, and I go,
"Oh no, not your big muscles."
I go, what are we supposed to be doing now? That's it. I got no clue.
We head north to the Sally Forest.
I think you all need to go in the woods.
If we go to the forest, we'll need to be really careful of the other Grung because they don't like me and they told me not to step foot in the forest again.
Wait, who doesn't like you?
What did you do?
My people don't like me. I might be responsible for something really horrible that happened to my tribe, and they exiled me.
What did you do?
Very blunt question. Something that seems super traumatic.
That sounds like a risk. That sounds like a risk I'm willing to take.
we've been
We said we had
traveling
up
together
north.
for a long time. I'm like, I'm pretty comfortable with the frog.
What's the alternative? You go, oh, okay, and then just travel with her.
I'm not a psychologist. I'm not going to be like, well, how does that make you feel?
You look like a psychologist. You look a bit like a shrink today.
Seriously, we're not getting charged for this.
I'll send you guys my Venmo.
Actually, hold please, because I don't actually remember what happened. I have to read.
I too do not always remember my backstory.
I do not remember how I ended up in this place.
I just reread it all over again, Mike, and I'm like, oh shit, that happened? And I'm like, oh.
My character is traumatized since when?
I'm like, I gotta start rethinking my actions.
Mike put a lot of fucking time and effort into you guys' backstories, okay?
Listen, I just thought that was Chat GPT doing a good job, dude. I was kidding.
It's all me. I did all of it.
Hey, didn't we start this thing over a year ago?
We did start this a year ago.
Oh my god.
I just want to, yeah. We just got off Tutorial Island like a few weeks ago. All right.
I'm still in scrub stages.
Used to it, right?
We're level fucking 5, and it's been a year.
I think that's more of the slow pace that you guys move at than anything.
Like, no complaints. Don't get me wrong. I've been having a great time most of the time with it, except when Mike kills my dog and makes me lose my fucking doodle ring.
He did not make you lose your doodle ring. That was of your own doing.
Here's what happened with
We're not bringing that up. No, listen. It's just a joke. I'm not salty about it. It's just a good laugh. Like, I was about to, and then somebody was like, "Don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna make everything worse." So I didn't do it. I followed my group's instructions. No, because you would have killed him
we also could have had those fucking eagle bird horse things.
You could have had the hippogriff too, because you knew how to bow at him. Somebody read Harry Potter.
I'm waiting till
World of Warcraft. Hippogriffs work different there.
I'm waiting till we bump into a couple Ferraris. You know what I'm saying?
Please hold. Can I?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Can I renege a little bit and go back into the library and ask her one more question? So as everybody's having the huddle, I kind of have this like thought that jumps into my head, and I like race back into the library. I'm like, Miss Evelyn, do you have books on anatomy of Grung?
Yes. What are you trying to discern?
I want to learn about the physiology of skin color.
Okay, it's a very structured. Hey, how do you not know about your own skin color?
She like kind of shuts down a little bit and doesn't quite answer the question. She just kind of mumbles to herself under her breath a little bit.
Sure. There's a book in the children's section about you.
Thank you, and I just run over there. And then I just start flipping through it to try to find information about like the different skin colors in Grung, and just to see if there's any record of like their skin changing color or anything like that.
So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors which you would have remembered from being a kid. You do not see any other colors that you don't remember from being in the tribe and seeing everybody else have different colors, right? So you remember the tribe leader is gold, The elite warriors are orange. The scholars and magic users are red. The purple ones are like the supervisors of the rest. And then there's the blue, which are like artisans and craftsmen, and then green are like your hunters and gatherers. Right? That's in order from obviously top down to the hierarchy.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have anything about them changing colors. In fact, it says you do see that they have a rigid caste system that is wholly determined by your skin color. But you do not see anything about any of them changing colors. You've never encountered that before.
Can I like flip through the book to see, kind of like skim information from other types of like amphibians to see if there's any other information about like changing skin color that I would just learn about?
I mean, you stumble across a picture of a chameleon that, as you flip the page back and forth, it changes colors.
Like I'm a chameleon.
Okay. But nothing about like changing colors permanently? Like other races,
You
cultures?
see a lot of things where people are using, animals and using it as temporary camouflage, but your skin changing its hue is very odd.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
All right, team. Are we? Mike, what else is there left to do in this town?
That's like the main thing.
That was the main thing to do in this town. I had something else, but you guys missed it, so that's...
Oh, why did you tell us this? The completionist in me is mad!
I tried to get you guys to do it, but you guys decided not to.
What did we
All right, well, that's in the past. All right, team, I say we head north.
North.
Let's just
Agreed.
restart the game, guys. It's only going to take another year. We know how to start.
Yeah, this time we'll know what. This time we'll know what to do.
That's where we were. Make sure we grab all the items because we know where to go.
Just run into Ginsu. It's your daughter.
She's in the temple. Sucks to be you. Torch on the ground. We're out.
Your child is eviscerated on the floor of this tower. Bye.
We'll
Just
never
running.
figure out who was that ugly redheaded stepchild orc that was dead in that room, though.
Sleeping.
You're right.
That's the one for Brood.
I
He
bet
found
she's
that out at the end.
still asleep to this day.
Oh, shit.
Sleeping. I feel like I'm gonna come up with a way to make that kid not dead later on.
All right.
Fun house. I'm just saying.
Do we have a map? Question. Does us have a group? Do we have a map of the world?
I am the map of the world.
Make a copy of the map.
Okay. So let's just say we did that.
Now you have a map, yes.
Okay. Perfect. I appreciate it. So
Thanks.
I
Free
pull
copy.
this and I asked Lewd Dash to go ahead and kneel down and use his back as a table since we're in a carriage.
Yeah.
So he gets down. I lay out the map.
Have we left?
No. We're getting ready to leave from the south. Well,
Got it.
did we rest? Have we rested?
I don't know if I need to. I ain't got shit on.
No, I'm injured.
I think it'd be wise for us to rest here for a night and then skedaddle. But
Well, based off of the way that Mike does these journeys, we're gonna have to rest for 2 or 3 days on this path, whatever we choose. I would assume.
I don't know because we're gonna have to go through some obstacles. So let's just choose this first here. One, are we all in unison of going north into the forest?
Aye.
We have to go north, and we'll meet a crossroads of either going to the forest or attempting to go across the bridge.
Correct. I would like
we're
to
going north regardless.
Yeah, I would like to go into the forest because of Nakama and what my goddess is asking of me. So I'd like to do that. But, and I know that other people like yourself, they have to go into the forest for like Crom or whatever, right? Can you zoom in on that, Brian? Like towards the forest area, like on that border? Is that Crom?
So,
Crom?
Crom.
Thank you. Okay, so that would be the plan basically, is we can go, well, it looks like it's about a day's journey almost to the edge of the forest. What is that journey looking like, Mike? Okay, so regardless, let's just say it takes like a day or so. But
it's a day to the edge of the forest.
Okay, so day to the edge of the forest, we can camp out before the forest because we'll have to be on our toes because both Fen and I can attest to the dangers of the forest. So we have to go in correctly, and we got to think of a game plan when we go in there, because our first stop's going to be Corm, and then we got to go up to Moonbright, and then when we get to Moonbright, I have to go west to the island of the lake that's just there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Fen, didn't you have something to do around here as well? Or is that up in the northwest, like on the other island?
So, metagaming. My tribe lives on that little peninsula that juts out. Yeah, that one.
Okay. Oh. Okay, so we'll be around them.
Right. Potentially.
Okay, but we want to hopefully avoid that. So,
maybe not. I don't know.
Okay. So,
do we hit Wessex and then go north?
I would not. I would like to avoid Wessex unless needed.
I don't want to be an Essex boy.
Yeah, bad vibes in Essex. Wasn't a great experience for me. But me and Nakama got through it.
To Winchester later.
All right. Okay. Well, what we know from Brondor, if everyone remembers Brondor, the half orc that we met on the cattle run,
with that hot elf strike.
The one that almost came with us.
Yeah, he was on the verge of coming with us because we're supposed to take back Corm from the Drow elves who occupy the area now. So I can assure you, whatever dangers are lurking are going to be immediate.
Okay, so it sounds like we're going to run into conflict almost when entering the forest.
Unless we're careful.
Well, we can attempt that, but we never have good luck. We're a great group. We're just really bad with decision making. So we're going to make a good decision this time. We're going to head north.
Aye.
It's going to be a day.
Aye.
And we're going to camp before we go into the forest. And we're going to get our shit together.
All right, let's get there.
All right, but hold on. The meta part.
Hop on the wagon.
Right. So as we go into Corm, my underlying goal is I gotta fucking get rid of these elves. So you guys gotta kind of be ready for battle. I'm supposed to be going in there, I guess, to eradicate them.
Ooh.
Like, is there any other peaceful negotiations that we could possibly do?
You'll probably have to convince me to fight.
I don't know how much you want to reveal of your backstory of why you feel this town.
Do you feel angry, or are you just gonna start crying?
Yeah, so I'm sure everybody else has some weird backstory also. Luke Dash was his place was overthrown essentially. Like that's where my place was. These people came in and overtook the area. And they had a leader who his name's already been out there, Morvain. And Morvain's not in the area anymore, but his people occupy the area from if I'm remembering correctly. So it's the elves the Drow elves that he has a problem with, and the orcs are supposed to essentially take back their land.
Question. Meta question, essentially, Mike. Drow and Wood Elves different, correcto?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So essentially, your guy.
know Pipes from being a member of the forest. They don't like you either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
None of the elvish inhabitants of the forest like you at all.
Yeah.
They despise
Oh no,
you.
I'm aware. I'm aware. I'm just sitting here like.
Technically.
Yes.
So you're telling me every member of the Elvish community knows
Dwarf.
in
They
the
don't like
forest,
dwarves.
knows and hates Pipes.
Yes.
No, it's not.
But
It's not me
there's no
specifically.
yellow pages.
Wait,
How
Mike,
do they
is
know
it
them?
me specifically
Yeah,
that
they
I'm?
hate you.
Just your face.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And there's no census?
And the fact that you are a dwarf. They hate you
Okay.
because you're a dwarf.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make sure it was because I was a dwarf. And I think also it's because Nakama.
It's because you're a dwarf.
Okay. 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 Okay.
This is what they hate about you.
What you are aware of, they hate you purely because you're a dwarf.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with being a 5-foot male. I'm sorry, that's me. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. North it is. Everyone ready?
So we will do 1 day of travel here, going into the forest. So someone will need to, as you pack your stuff up, and get with a note from a tier saying, "I've headed west. I'll catch up with you guys later."
I'll go north.
You guys head north.
Naturally.
Like, oh, we got some shit to do north.
So typical, but it's fine. It's totally fine. Someone can roll a d20 for the day's journey before you camp on the edge of the forest.
He said, "Alright, man, we'll catch up with you later."
Yeah, we've been traveling with you for a month. You dipped after having some shits. You know what? Bye.
Yeah, dude, that guy, he was dragging us down anyways.
There was no sort of conversation of like, maybe we should head west. Everyone was like, yeah, let's go north. Because I was like, is everyone cool going north? And no one's batted an eye. They're like, yeah, let's go north.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Sounds
came
good
from
to
the
me.
west. Why would we go back to the west?
That was kind of my thought.
Oh, true.
Alright, I got a d20.
Oh my god.
19.
19.
What are we rolling for? Initiative?
No, just to travel. Bring encounters on the road. So it goes by smoothly. This route has been traveled frequently to the bridge, but as the road turns to go to the bridge, you continue further north. Towards the edge of the forest, the sun begins to set, and you find a nice spot to make a camp. And that's where we'll end tonight, but I just would like to verify what the plan is going forward so I can prepare myself.
We gave you a good game plan this time.
So you guys are just gonna go into Corm.
Yeah.
You're just gonna fucking assault Corm with 5 people, right? Like, that's the plan.
Oh,
That's kind of why I was saying what I was saying. Is like you guys gotta kind of be ready for that.
You're just gonna go in. Like, that's it. That's your loot dash plan, right?
I mean, that is a Luke Dash plan. I mean,
I will generate an encounter for Corm on Tabletop Simulator this week.
Oh boy.
question. Since we're resting and it's night, could I pray to my god and ask for guidance coming into the forest? Sedena? Sahadin? Sahadini?
Sahainanin.
Sahainanin?
Sure, you can pray to your goddess tonight for guidance into the forest. So, everybody has begun to, the tents are pitched, the sun is down, the moon is...
It was waning.
Also
Last time I
down.
asked.
It was waning, but you feel it more as as you get closer to the forest. An odd feel. Out in the plains and the fields, it's, oh, there's the moon. You feel its presence here. And you feel this scratching at the back of your mind. You can't quite place what it is, but something's calling you further in, towards the moon. And as you find a nice comfy spot, lay down and pray to Sahanini, what do you say to ask her?
By the light of Sahaninin? Sahaninin, what would you recommend re-entering the forest with Nakama being in his state? Like, how would I encounter the people? One. I have another loaded question as well. So if you want to like half-ass me on that one.
Elves are not going to be pleased to see the Sentinel. Though this is not the first time the Sentinel visiting.
Okay. That actually kind of makes me think. Okay. And then the second question would be, is there any corruption within the Dro elves in Corm?
Corruption?
Yeah, like is there any is there any sort of I don't want to say evil, but I kind of want to use evil. Is there any sort of like outward forces that you're noticing that are happening within the forest? Outside forces?
There are outside forces everywhere.
Is it anything to do with you and your sister?
It's more than just us. All of us.
All gods?
True to your path, my child. Be careful. The forest will not be as welcoming as it once was.
Every time you like go to end when we do this, I don't know why, but I think of like Lion King with Simba looking into the sky and like the shit's like blown away. Like, that's all I can think about right now. Okay.
Just want you guys. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was about to say that. I mean, I'm assuming that was her leaving message. Be careful, the port. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you. I just wanted to confirm.
I was going to say, I just want you guys to know that as we've made this journey up to the edge of the forest, and I know I'm a wanderer, so I know exactly where I'm at, essentially. Blue Dash has got like face paint on, like he's ready for war. So you guys are like meandering or whatever around this covered wagon. Like I'm like getting ready to like go through the Lord of the Rings battle scene here. By myself, apparently.
Frodo.
So, if, Mike, if you want to catch the edge of that forest on fire, let me know.
That's a possibility. Burn it down.
We are not burning the fucking forest down, all right?
Mm-mm.
I'm drawing. We're not burning down the fucking forest.
No.
They don't like you.
Absolute no-go, dude. That, as much as like I've been like tormented in this area, it's still my home, and this is where my dog comes from. That's disrespectful. We ain't playing that game.
Is there a general store that sells flint and steel nearby?
I will help you get your home back, Luke Dash, but we cannot go about damaging the forest because the forest has done nothing about
No,
that.
I was really talking to God there, seeing if he wanted to change our direction.
Oh,
Thinking about
Nope. You do you guys.
I got
All
immediately.
right, well,
I was like
I'm gonna
immediately.
go ahead and work on my
Controlled
next
demolition.
character.
So we're camped right now, right? Like,
Camping. Is there anything anybody wants to do in camp tonight?
I like to. Are we at the edge of the forest?
You are.
Um,
It's
I.
like a wall. Like it's not like you start walking in and like there's like a couple trees and then it thickens up. It's like immediate.
yeah.
Thick forest.
Yeah. I would like to walk around and do a little bit of scavenging, like not near the forest, like towards the other way.
I'd like
do
to
a little scavenging
fishing.
for tea leaves, for berries, for dead animals.
Okay, roll a d20.
3.
You don't find shit. You find a lot of like.
You don't find fucking shit.
You find a lot of things that you know that you can't make tea with.
And no dead animals.
You don't see any dead animals. In fact, as you're walking, you look up, and look around, hoping to find the campfire by.
Uh-oh.
You do not see the campfire.
Uh-oh.
And
Already off the road.
as you turn and look, you see a snake come out of the forest,
Oh no.
slithering across the plains towards you. Now, normally you would say, oh, it's like a 2-foot long snake, no big deal. No, this is like a 6-foot long snake, and you look like dinner to me.
Uh-oh.
Please hold.
And just like that, she has to remake a character.
Everybody's remaking their characters.
I guess I would also like to just try to read this book again to try to get some other freaking clues.
Check.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I go fishing?
Twist my arm.
You can go fishing. Roll a dexterity check.
I don't know what to
Some
do.
intelligence.
I'm not very good by myself. Nope.
Just a snake.
What?
Not the first time
Plus
you've
4.
encountered a snake. I mean, you're
Correct.
natural prey to snakes.
22.
But
13.
13. Okay, so 22. You catch a fish. You catch like a giant catfish. It's pretty good. You could probably feed 4 people with it.
Sick.
Wolfman is figuring out what to do with the snake.
can I just start jumping away?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do I have to roll anything?
No, you're faster than it.
Okay, cool.
You're faster than it.
That's gonna be a thing. I don't know where I'm going though, so I'm starting.
Make a survival check.
Okay.
You get advantage. Roll second d20.
Oh, why do I get advantage?
Because in the back of your mind, you hear this
Oh, yes, that's right.
itching, trying to help you.
Yes,
15.
this
My
has
survival check.
Takes you a couple minutes, but then you finally see a glint of light. You start hopping back and make your way back to camp.
Cool.
Still 13.
13, yeah.
While you don't feel any closer to solving it, you are almost convinced that it has something to do with the title.
I already know this. God
You
damn.
do already know this. That's what a 13 gets you. You get like a plus 8 on intelligence.
Why didn't I have a plus 4?
That's better. Convinced it's the title.
I pull up back to camp, I'd like to find a little source of water to sit in and make a little small shrine for myself with the raven feather that I still have and just do some praying. Thanking her for letting me survive the snake and asking her for her guidance throughout our journey into the forest and hopefully some protection from my people.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything else tonight? Last night before you begin your journey into the Sally Forest.
Before we all die.
Can I fillet my catfish into? I probably would know how to fillet fish.
Survival check. Let's see if you know how to fillet a catfish.
5 roll?
5.
18 plus 1.
What did you get?
20.
Yeah. You
Cool.
fillet it correctly. In
Play the
fact,
fuck out of that.
You get all the scales off and no bones. It's a nice meal.
So that probably weighs 30 pounds,
You can
maybe
put
average.
pieces of rations.
Oh, okay. 4 pieces.
Or rations. Get off of Helldivers.
We're done.
Pops up every time you open.
I know,
Every time.
but we're getting off.
So as you lay down, another day's journey in the books. A whole bunch of lore dropped into your heads and some things to think about. Or we'll stop. We'll pick up next time, hopefully on tabletop,
Is there?
for the beginning journey into the Sally Forest.
Next time on Dirty Dozen D&D.
Becker Dirty Dozen.
Stay
Dungeons
tuned
and
next
Dirty
time
Dozens,
on
that's what I
Dirty
call it.
Dungeon Dragon Ball Z.